Knox County Schools is considering whether to close one of its magnet programs. A memo dated in mid-December raises concerns about the future of the Career Magnet Academy on the Pellissippi campus in Strawberry Plains. The chief accountability officer with the district highlighted low enrollment, ongoing costs, and a failure by students to meet benchmarks as those issues continue. And the operations under consideration, including closing the schools or redesigning the program. The school board is expected to consider those options at its meeting on January 16th.
Today, UT officially opened the new student union